How's it going, guys? This is my second recording of this last RPG. Why? Because my computer decided to do a update and a scan while OBS was recording, and it basically slugged down OBS so damn much that OBS basically decided to record in frames. So it'd be like one moment you'd be standing here, and the next, like 30 seconds later, I'm over here. OBS, I swear, is such a goddamn annoyance sometimes. But, so if I'm in a crabby mood, well, you know the reason why now. I hate this, like 30-minute sessions, and it's like OBS decides to take a giant crap and not bother working. But you need to beat level 3. So like I always say before, what's new to you guys is something I've already done, thanks to OBS and my computer. It's like my computer needs like a morning coffee just to wake up so it can get everything done. I mean, seriously, this. So basically, you have one side that represents your character typing. Actually, two sides, because there's that one side over here and there's one side over here, and then you have the element that will represent your character. So basically, you have the House of the Crow, House Flower is the Nightshade. The Crow represents Spy Stealth, so you thief type. You have the House of the Ram, House Flower is Panini. The Ram represents Headstrong but Stubborn, type Barbarian. House of the Lion, House Flower is Dandelion. The Lion represents Courage and always takes a chance. The Paladin. House of the Bear, House Flower is Tulip. I apologize. The bear represents being offensive but tough love, or excuse me, defensive but tough love, type Knight. House of the Wolf, House Flower is Rosebush. The wolf represents leader, represents a leader but also a free thinker, type Mercenary. House of the Horse, House Flower is Sunflower. The house represents free will and adventure, and type is Scout Hunter. House of the Snake, House Flower is Poppy. The snake represents ambush and strike first, type assassin archer. House of the Shark, House Flower Lilac. The shark represents survival, never goes down easy, type warrior. And this is where you choose your elements. Element Sand represents time and past. Element Wheat represents harvest and food. Element Wood represents craft and maker. Element Stone represents builder. Element Ice represents survivor. Element Magma represents nether and world of magic. Element Fire represents destruction and rebirth. Element Water represents longevity. Element Iron represents modern and revolution. Element Gold represents riches and greed. And element Glass represents heartbreak but can see truth. And element Dirt represents living in nature. And now for the other animal side. House of the Whale, House Flower is Lily Pad. The whale represents family, knowledge, and adventure, type King. House of the Frog, House Flower is Red Tulip. The frog represents adaptability, type Alchemist. House of the Owl, House Flower is Oxeye Daisy. The owl represents intelligence, type Wizard. House of the Eagle, House Flower Aluminum. The eagle represents guidance and spirit, type Nomad. House of the Fox, House Flower is Bluet. Pretty sure that's how you pronounce that. Bluet. The flock represents luck, type the Gambler. House of the Rabbit, House Flower is the Orchid. The rabbit represents family and love, type Healer. I apologize for the sniffles, guys. House of the Octopus, House Flower is White Tulip. The octopus represents cunning and technique, type Swordsman, dual Swordsman, excuse me. So basically you choose your animal typing, which would represent you best as your character, and then you choose your element, which represents you too. So now we'll come up here. Let's hope OBS works this time. I would be really annoyed if it doesn't. But yeah, this is all built in inside my mountain. So this is kind of like your meditation area. So my mountain's 250 blocks high and about like 60 blocks wide-ish, somewhere around there. So it's all built within here, all built within my mountain. And this is probably the third longest project, just because it took longer time to actually build the mountain straight up and build the width of it, how much stuff I was actually going to put inside it, than anything else. And I'd probably say the town is the second longest, and then the DLC. So we'll come up through here. Hope your guys' Friday is better than mine. The base is just saying you have to you need all 3 words of power. Most of this stuff I'm just going to fly by because I already did in the previous video and I do not feel like doing it again. But basically you have to parkour your way up there. But if you come around this way, now the last 3 words are within this mountain. So I'm going to come up through here. And one of them is in the giant bell up here. And of course my graphics are not wanting to load in. Or excuse me, my chunks. Word of power, and then you have means time, but since that's not in the right order, that's the middle word. And fly, thank you. And we'll come over here, and the mysterious cave, and seems somebody was living up here, but who thought it was off limits. Seems nobody lives here. Creaking sounds. Of course, it's abandoned, so. But you come over here and sleep. So you have sleep time. So howl at the moon, great gray wolf, run through the sky, sleep time. And then you have, is that a coffin? Eerie sounds. There's only one person who sleeps in the coffin, and there's only one person who's lying on top of the mountain. Of course, your character does not actually get to meet Dracula, at least not in the main RPG. Ooh, let's go through the door. Thank you very much. And then the last word of power is awake. So howl at the moon, great gray wolf, run through the sky, sleep time, awake. So basically he just does the following thing the next following day. And you come over here, it says, congratulations young hero, you managed to complete the RPG hero of the Gods and Goddesses. As your hero continues to read the scripture, you feel a magic presence and the wind grows strong, and then the sky begins to darken. You hear a whisper, thank you hero. The wind dies down and your hero feels uneasy. It's time to head back and check on Zeta. And remember that magic door we couldn't open? Well, it's open now. And basically says, the words have been broken, blood and chaos be released. So, I don't want to have to re-explain it all over again. And that's mostly end credit stuff that which will allow you guys to actually experience for yourself. But in a sense, the runes that were supposed to keep Zeta sealed away is also a double-edged sword, because if you get all the words together, you're also releasing him. So in short story, the Gods and Goddesses found a door, and because of their greed and their lust for power, they opened it to find an old one, which is of corruption and mutation, and it slowly started to kill their kind. And because Zeta is not only Zeta is also god and a goddess, they decided to use Zeta by their own free basically just decided to take control of him and use him as a prison vessel to lock the old one away in the Bastille, which is where we are right now. I'm sorry if I sound flustered, guys. It's because of OBS. It really is. But Zeta basically used his own little magic to turn the spell that's supposed to lock him away into a double-edged sword. So what your character thinks is is doing a good job by getting all the words and power and actually sealing him away is actually releasing him at the same time. You know, and that's why when you read the book, or if you read the book or whatnot, it says that he's waiting for the last runic seal to be broken. And that's basically getting all the rest of the words of power. You know, he's been chilling down here waiting for someone to release him. And sooner or later, if, you know, the seals would eventually, you know, be broken. He just found an easy way to get the last one to be broke. But I apologize for sounding flustered. I just hate OBS sometimes, I really do. And I know a lot of you know what I'm talking about too. But yeah, so that's basically the RPG. There's some post-credit stuff, but I'm going to save that for you guys. But for some of the post-credit stuff, I will let you guys know. Is this the same guy? Oh. I hate that. Welcome on YouTube. Some of the post stuff is that this is just chapter 1 of 3 chapters. So it's 4 levels with 12 words, but the whole RPG storyline is 1 chapter. And there's going to be 2 more. And I'm not going to release any details just yet. But that's why I'm making the DLC to hold off anyone who's actually waiting for chapter 2 or chapter 3. So it kind of still pulls you in and stuff like that. But that's the RPG. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I know it was kind of fickle in the beginning, having to type it out and stuff like that, for not having a working mic. But now that we do, you know, hopefully that might change a lot of gameplay and, you know, bring in the views and stuff like that. Because I know people like commentary and stuff like that. And I will make sure I get Steam downloaded tonight. And I have some fellow Steam games that I'll be playing, and I'll be playing League of Legends TFT and stuff like that. So, but either way, hope you guys' Friday is going good, and we'll catch you guys either in the next gameplay, movie trailer, or game walkthrough. Thanks, guys.